Hello! Welcome. Family Showdown live Thursday night. Shenanigans. Mixing it up. Because we had no choice. Because YouTube sucked. That was fun. Yeah! Rock on, Dan!
What are we doing tonight?
I don't know. What are we doing tonight?
We're doing our top 10 Dexterity Games.
Whoop, whoop.
This was requested by someone. I'm not sure who it was. Someone in a chat somewhere
Thank you, someone.
said they want to see the top 10 Dexterity Games. I think we have almost enough Dexterity Games to make a list, so we're going to make one. But, I suspect we'll have lots and lots of crossover because we don't have a lot of Dexterity Games.
That's true. But it'll be fun talking about Dexterity Games in general. And arguing about why it's ranked somewhere. Yeah.
So you say.
Yeah.
So what is a Dexterity Game?
It's a game where you use your fingers.
I think you use your fingers for most board games.
Perhaps.
I think
You're flicking.
You're flicking?
You're stacking.
You're stacking?
You're flicking and stacking. Stacking then flicking.
Would it be games that requires you to be dexterous?
Perhaps.
Oh man, yeah, I was getting I was getting punitation for saying Klingon instead of Cylon.
Thank you. Exactly. YouTube was down around the world on Tuesday.
It was so funny because we were just about to go live.
And we're like,
probably went down just a few minutes before because I was messing with it and then I went to go live and it was down.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is going on? Because I was having problems with something else.
We thought it was us.
And so I finally got it fixed. And I'm like, what is going on with this? And then I checked and like the whole world went down.
And the whole world was like sending memes everywhere all over Twitter of how the world was ending and crashing and burning. It was hysterical. So we amused ourselves with that and then we actually played a board game. It was a good evening.
We played a board game?
We did.
What did we play?
Kingsburg.
Kingsburg, yes, we
did.
We played Kingsburg.
So, yep.
All right, our top 10 Dexterity Games.
You're never going to hear the end of that Klingon Cylon mishap, by the way.
Oh, I know.
It's glorious. I
was so defeated because as soon as I said it, like, it just my brain just misfired. Anyway, so let's do this. What do you say? We'll start it off with my number 10 here.
He won't play Stockpile with me. He says he wants a challenge.
Yeah, I want to play Stockpile with more people so that, you know.
He's also scared because I told him the next game I play, I'm probably going to beat him because
You're not going to beat me.
We were only within a handful of points last time.
Stockpile is not a dexterity game. My number 10.
It's true. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
My number 10.
But we digress. What's your number 10?
My number 10 is hold on, is Lupin Chewy. Lupin Chewy. What are you laughing about?
I just...
Lupin Chewy is a great game. It is probably more of a kid's game, but a lot of adults play it. You have this little, it's based on the original game Lupin Louie, where you're in a plane, but this one you're in the Millennium Falcon with Chewie.
Oh, hey, good catch.
Are
there any Cylons?
On the Enterprise.
Oh!
Anyway, you're flying around and you're trying to knock off little stormtrooper discs out of the other person's thing. So it's like it's a fun little kids game. It's awesome.
It is awesome.
It is laugh out loud.
It is pretty squirrely.
It is. It seems like though it's very easy to make it where the person can't react to what you're doing and you're kind of out of luck. You can hit it in such a way. Anyway, it's going around a circle and you'd be bouncing it up.
Yeah,
and you can hit it just at the right angle where it hits and they can't do anything about it.
It's very much about timing with that game. Very much about the timing.
It's a fun little game. Little motorized game. Some people have tricked theirs up and made it a 5-player.
What? Chaos.
Yeah, so they basically made some new attachments that made it like a 5-player game.
Rock on. That's cool. That's hilarious. Good times.
Lupin Chewy.
All right.
What you got?
My number 10
is Lupin Chewy.
I've only actually gotten to play once, but I found it highly amusing, and I want to play it again sometime, and that is Catacombs.
Oh, yeah.
The concept I found hysterical. Okay, you've got, it's like D&D flicky style. You're going in and you're enter a room and there's the bad guy. oh yeah, well I'm gonna flick my arrows at him. You know, because I'm an archer, or whatever you have, or you might have to go up and I find it just hilarious. I thought it was funny because, like when we were playing, just
It
trying
seems
to
like
kill.
it was very broken, though.
Again, I didn't care. It was so light and goofy, and I just
Covered
loved
up
the
half
theme.
my. I just realized you covered up
and the
half
idea.
my face.
Payback.
What
I'm
is
just saying.
this crap? Shrink your stuff.
Back. I did shrink my stuff.
Maybe
I can't
people
help
don't
it. You're
wanna look
sitting like
at
a
me.
midget.
Huh?
You're sitting like a midget. Yeah, exactly. Sit up straight. So yeah, but it was. I just found it a really funny game. I'm not the best at that sort of game anyway. I'm not super awesome at flicky games or anything, but oh my gosh, I enjoy them, and that was just funny. I just like the fact that every character had their own unique powers and stuff. It was like a little flicky D&D game.
Yeah, it was kind of
Cool
cool.
concept.
It just seemed like it was really hard to tell which disc you hit first, and you can just do a massive slam of your disc. And
Okay, well, if you're doing that, you're being a cheater McCheaterson, I think. I think you're ruining the spirit of the game. Unless you're the tank.
Maybe that is the spirit of the game. My number 9! Number 9.
Such a troublemaker.
What is my number 9?
I don't even know. What is your number 9?
I don't know, I gotta... Hold on.
Loop and Chewy again?
Nope. My number 9 is...
Let's look at you.
Tumbling Dice!
Tumbling.
This is a family favorite. We play this one ever so often. We used to play it a lot more. Not so much nowadays, but
Well,
we used to
I
play
think
it a ton
because
in the
we
past.
played it to death when Nessa was a toddler because... How did Nessa amuse herself? She's such a gamer. She would stand at the table with tumbling dice and just roll dice down that thing over and over and over and over. And then she'd want to play you. And then we'd play a few games. And then she'd amuse herself with the dice again. And tumbling dice was like permanently out for like a year.
That's true.
At least.
That was true.
So, yeah.
Maybe that's why it's so low.
That might be why it's kind of calmed down a little bit. Yeah. But now we can actually keep score with her and stuff.
Yeah. So tumbling dice is...
It's probably going to make a resurgence.
You got these stair step kind of levels, and you're taking dice, and you roll them down, and you're trying to get them to land at the lower levels, and the level you land on is the multiplier, and then whatever the die value is multiplied by the level you're on, and that's how many points you get.
And you can trick it up by having, like, 8-sided dice, 12-sided dice.
Itchy today.
Do stuff like that. Yeah.
Itchy nose.
Allergies are crazy here, guys. We're, like, 23 inches of rain above normal. It's
All right.
insane.
Why, itch my nose.
Yep.
All right.
So
what's your number 9?
Coincidentally,
Tumbling dice?
my number 9 is also tumbling dice for pretty much the same reasons. And to add to it, I was kind of talking about it for a moment, but I like this taking this as for what it is as a silly game and throwing in the multi-sided dice or some weird shaped dice, just something arbitrary, right? But everybody has it, and still keeping score with it. I think it's fun. I enjoy that.
There is extra dice that you can play with that...
Yeah, but we throw in...
If you get behind, you get like a bonus
Yeah,
die.
but we throw in like, hey, everybody gets this. You know, it's kind of chaotic.
Yeah, that's true.
And I like
you can play
Tom's
with a set of
version.
D&D dice, all the different sides.
Oh, yeah, see, and we've done that before. And it's just a lot of fun, and I like Tom's chaotic. Everybody all cycles through and just rolls stupid amounts of dice. I like it. For what it is, it's silly, light fun. Love it. Love all the variants.
I don't know if I love it.
Well, you love it enough to put it on a top 10 list. Just saying.
Top 10.
Did you just a top 10?
9 out of 20 is not that impressive, right?
Wow. Gonna be like that.
All right, my number 8. Number 8. What is my number 8? I don't even know what my list is.
This is sad. This is sad. It's a surprise. It's a surprise for everyone.
My number 8. I bet you forgot about this one.
Oh, I forgot about this one. It's glorious.
Piraten Billiard.
Okay. My list is invalid because that'd be like my number 1, baby.
Piraten
I love
Billiard.
this game.
Well,
Hi,
since you forgot to talk about it, why don't you go ahead and do this one for me?
Okay, this game. Oh gosh. You've got this board, and you can see the picture. It's gridded out, but underneath it is really tightly pulled fabric. So it's got a little bit of spring to it, a little bit. And that's it. The bottom of the board is that fabric. And it's raised up, so it'll be like yay high off the table. Okay, stand on these spindly little legs. So you got to be a little bit careful with this. Don't get too rowdy. And then you've got this long wooden stick. And at the end of it, you've got like this knob. It's kind of like tear-shaped. and you use it like a little hammer, and you pop underneath the table, and bump the fabric, and it pops your colored ball. Hopefully you're hitting yours. And your goal, it's kind of like Chinese checkers on crack, because you're trying to get your ball across to the other person's, the opposite side. And you can play 4 players, so it is a lot like Chinese checkers. So you got people going this way, you got people going this way. But if you get into the same square as somebody else, then you capture theirs. So you have a little corner where you can keep the captured ones. But there's also this giant black ball that if anyone comes into contact with that one, it's like the 8 ball of death. You know, you lose your ball. It just is out of the game. And you can also, if you accidentally jump into the scoring side of somebody else's, they just steal your ball and laugh at you. Of course, a lot of times you'll pop it up and it'll just fly through the air completely 10 feet away from the table, because you've never played this game before and it's tough. It's hysterical. We played it back and forth, and you don't want to play teams. You want to play individual. It's so cutthroat. It's hilarious.
So I don't know if you actually purchase this game or not, but they have it at the Board Game Geek Convention Library. They have it at the. They have a
Dexterity Hall.
They have a hall basically just outside the big gaming area. They have a hallway of nothing but dexterity games, and this is one of the ones that's on that dexterity game aisle. They have like tumbling dice and this and crokinole and the ones where you build the giant, you build towers and levels and stuff.
Oh, it's amazing. They have some great stuff.
They have one where you have like catapults that you shoot each other with and all sorts of craziness.
But this one is probably our favorite now. Oh my gosh. At least it was the adults. Playing with the kids, we play like way kick and stuff, but oh my goodness. This one, we had a pretty rowdy group. Actually, both times we've played with a whole group.
Yep.
The games were really rowdy, and it is hilarious. But yeah, the sticks for that are what, about yay long? They're long, so but it's good but when you're up to the close ones close to you, you know, you're like, you know, you have a lot of control with it, but you have to get to the ones in the middle, and you're holding on to the very end of your stick and trying
to gotta judge where
it's at and hope you're actually hitting your ball, because you can't quite see it, and oh my gosh, it's pretty awesome. So, yes,
there you go. My number 8, the rare and obscure.
Yes, very rare and obscure.
Billiard.
Piraten Billiard. I want that game. I don't know where we'd put this game, but we need to have that game.
What's your number 8? My
number 8 is Fuse.
Look how big that is. Come on, sweetie.
I'm sorry. Put it in the middle.
There you go. Here.
There, that works. That works. My IT guy's getting fidgety over here.
There you go.
Well, we used to set it up about halfway up the screen, but now we sit lower, and I'm not used to that. But Fuse, this one's a very unique game. You're one of those technicians that defuses the bombs before they go off. So you have a 10-minute timer. Your game is exactly 10 minutes long. You've got different cards in front of you, and those are the bombs, okay? But each one has a different combination for you to defuse the bomb. So some of them will be like, the dice have to be in numerical order, and they want you to put 2 down. Or 3, or they want you to stack them, but it has to be certain colors, or it has to be certain color and a certain number, or all sorts of weird ones, or you have 3 dice, but they have to add up to 9, or some weirdness. There's always some weird combination. Meanwhile, you're sharing this dice with whoever you're playing with, and you have to parse out an even number of dice, which means that somebody's probably going to get a die that they don't need, which then... yeah, you have to like do a bunch of stuff to fix that, and oh my goodness. So you're doing all of this, remember, with a 10-minute timer, and you've got like, what, 50 bombs or some insanity? I don't even remember how many cards there are. It's pretty tough. It's pretty tough, but it is so much fun. And I like the app that goes with this, because it ticks the time down for you. But if you turn it to some of the settings, there's the sarcastic computer voice talking to you like, oh great, you're doing so well right now, you know, kind of, and it was, wow, she's sassy. It was a really sassy computer.
So Kabuki Kid brought up a point. Is this a dexterity game, or is it a game with dexterity elements?
Probably a game with dexterity elements. Probably. Although, I will contest that when you're under the gun and you have a timer, grabbing dice, the exact number of dice out of the bag and rolling quickly takes some amount of dexterity that apparently I
think the dexterity
lack.
elements is the stacking of dice.
Yes.
Because if they fall over, don't something bad happen?
Yes, you have to get rid of it and redo. Yeah, it penalizes you. So, yeah.
They think that you're cheating.
Blah, blah.
My number 7 is a real dexterity game. I hope it's a real dexterity game.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
It is Coconuts.
Coconuts is excellent.
Coconuts. This is a family favorite. Another family. Well, all of these are family favorite games. That's why we have them.
Yep.
But anyway, Coconuts, you have these little bunch of cups scattered, not stacked, but in the center of the table. You have a little monkey with a little spring-loaded arm. You put a little coconut on his arm, and you launch the coconut, and it flies over. Hopefully lands in one of the cups. If it lands in a cup, you take the cup and put it in front of you, and you're building a stack of cups. First one to build a pyramid of 6 cups wins the game. But if you're sassy, to use a word that you said, did you say sassy earlier?
I did say sassy.
If you're sassy, you can aim at the other person's pyramid and shoot the coconut and steal the cup away from the other person. So,
which, I'm not going to lie, happens more often than not in some games. Some people get a little...
I just realized I've got stuff all over my shirt.
So I should probably, put the games in front of you.
Yeah, let's move the game over. Spilled something on my shirt. Once you describe coconuts, I'll be right back.
What a mess. But yeah, it's hysterical. And this is probably one of the few games that we have a lot of yelling and screaming in. And it is hysterical because inevitably one or all, especially the girls, like to gang up on one of the parents, depending on their mood or inclination that day. And so there's like shrieking if someone snipes a cup from somebody else. And the competitiveness of this game is intense. Surprisingly, we have not lost a coconut in this house yet.
No.
I'm shocked. I half expect the dog to eat one or something because it's like random thing falls on the floor. You expect the pets to eat it, but somehow we've managed to get them back before the pets have eaten them.
No, this game's hilarious, and
love it.
We don't play it very often, but they also have like superpower cards where you can play cards like you basically either take that cards and you can put it on someone else, and maybe they have to put their monkey way back, or they have to close their eyes and shoot with their eyes closed.
We should play that now. They're old enough to play that.
So it has little take that cards that you can play on other people.
It's pretty funny.
And there's bonus cards too. Like I think if you shoot. I can't remember. There's some good and bad cards.
Yeah, it mixes it up a little bit.
Someone asked if we played Crokinole. I've played with the board, but I've never actually played a real game of it.
I haven't played a full game either.
I've messed around and flicked the discs and stuff, because they have that set up in that Dexterity Hall I was talking about earlier.
Yep.
But anyway, Coconut's a great one. It's a fun game for kids. It's fun for adults.
It is.
I like
it's
it.
Awesome.
All right.
It's awesome.
What you got?
My number 7 is Meeple Circus.
Meeple. Hey, look, see, that's the right size.
Oh my goodness.
Let me look at my list here.
So yeah, Meeple Circus. Can't tell me that one's not dexterity, folks. Oh my goodness. This is another one where you kind of have a timer going. Not quite as intense. Well, it can get as intense as Fuse sometimes. But you have your little critters and people and different things, components for a circus. And you're going to put them together, but certain combinations get you more points than others. And you also have, if you play with the app, it's got the cool calliope music and different different circus songs and this and that play. And so you're hustling through trying to build up this great little program. I guess, I think they call it just like the ring. Yeah, your entertainment or whatever, your show. And trying to do better than the other people and beat the clock. I just love it. I love all of the elements. I love the music. They just did a really good job with a theme with this game, because you could stack anything, but the way that they made this stacking game shine just like changed the game for me, because I would have been like, oh, at first I was mediocre. Oh, here we go. And that sums up our house pretty well.
There you go.
Hopefully you heard that.
I think it was. I could hear it.
Okay. Well, you can hear it, yeah.
I mean, it was going. Moving,
good.
The bars. So.
Good. Yep. So
anyway, yeah, Meeple Circus. That's a good choice. It's a fun one. It's got, for a dexterity game, it's got almost a little meat to it. It's got,
yeah.
It's not just doing one thing.
Absolutely.
It's kind of got phases and rounds and a little bit of strategy.
Well, different things you can do to get bonuses and stuff too, and I love that because some of the parts that are tricky too is like so and so can't touch the ground, so and so has to be only on the ground, and you're like, ah. So yeah, it's pretty funny. Yes, that was the heavy. What did they call it?
Metal circus.
It was like the metal circus. They had all these different types of circus music that you could choose from on the app. It's pretty cool. That one's our favorite.
All right, my number 6 is
what you got.
Just got mentioned in the chat, is Rhino Hero Super Battle.
Yeah.
So Rhino Hero Super Battle, it takes the base regular Rhino Hero where you're basically just kind of stacking a building and moving a guy on top of each time. This one tricks it up. It's got like floors and levels, and everybody has their own little meeple person that they're moving around. You're trying not to knock everything down, you're trying to be the highest person in the building when someone knocks the stuff down. So, and it has all kinds of those little monkeys hanging off the end and all kinds of stuff. It's much more going on than Rhino Hero, the original game. It has battles, where the battle comes from is if you're on the same floor as someone else, you roll dice to battle it out, and the loser goes down a level, right? So it's a struggle to get to the top and time it out, like I said, where you're at the top of the building when it comes crashing down.
It's pretty amazing.
Or when the game ends. I think it ends at some point. And if you're at the top. If he doesn't fall down and you're at the top, at the end, you win as well, I think.
Yeah, there's some stuff.
Usually it ends up falling down, though.
It will fall.
There you go. There it is. Rhino Hero Super Battle.
All right. My number 6 is Pitch Car.
It's number 6? How disappointing.
What? You guys are like crazy about this game. Oh my gosh. This game is a lot of fun. This is another family favorite, friend favorite. Everybody loves to play Pitch Car, right? The great part about this is the variability of the tracks. Now, granted, that can get kind of expensive too, getting all the expansions, but the base game itself has enough pieces that you can kind of, and they even show you on the back, there's all these different ways that you can mix and match, put the racetrack together, so you have different racetracks, which I just love that. So you can change it up. You're not going to have the same old oval track each time. Hopefully you mix it up and do different things. They've even got a loop-de-loop now. I'm so excited. Loop-de-loop. Yes. So, very fun game. Obviously you're flicking your car down the track.
Yeah, we have 3 expansions now. We just got a new expansion that we haven't even played yet.
We haven't played it yet? Oh my goodness.
On the shelf of shame.
Oh my gosh, and it looks so cool. Look at that.
Stunt race.
Oh my gosh. I can't wait.
Race.
That is going to launch cars into the stratosphere. I cannot wait. It's going to be glorious.
The stratosphere. You're still in my line. All right, let's see what my number 5 is. What's my number 5? Oh, I know what my number 5 is. Should cue the music. Because it's Meeple Circus! This game is fun. I like this game. It, like I said, it takes a kind of standard stacking dexterity game like Animal on Animal and several other variations, and kind of makes almost a gamery game out of it, because you're drafting your resources, your different things you're going to be stacking. You're drafting what stunts you're going to perform. It has different ways to score. The scoring is, I wouldn't say complicated, but it's more robust than just whoever knocks the stack down loses. You actually get points for, like you said, putting things on top of each other and making the highest stack and all sorts of different things. And if you play with the third round kind of goofiness, you have like something you have to do. Like every time you put a piece on, you have to clap your hands, and every time you put a piece on, you gotta sing a song, or it's all sorts of silliness stuff.
Silly, yeah, it's really crazy.
Yeah.
Or one was you had to do a whole lap with your horse or something before you put the horse on. I remember having that one because I was like trying to do it really fast and not knock my stuff over. It's pretty wild.
It's fun. It's a bit goofy. If you don't like the goofiness,
you'll hate that game.
Well, no, if you don't like the forced goofiness, just don't play with that card.
That's true. That's true. You can do that.
Don't play with the action cards, whatever you can call them. I don't know what they call it. But anyway, that is my number 5. Already discussed. I like it better than her because it's hilarious. Meeple Circus.
My number 5 I also find hilarious just because of usually we're playing it as a family
Oh, I told you we got lots of crossover. I will be people.
game.
Look how big that coconuts is. Oops, I just gave it away.
Wow. Really? Coconuts?
Hold on.
I love it because very rarely do I hear the girls cackle and laugh as much as we're playing like silly games like this. And just the outright, oh, and the screams and the yells and the taunts, the smack talk.
You get that crazy cool shot.
You get the insanely cool shot and win the game. And you're like, yeah, that's right. Don't talk smack to your mom. That's awesome.
Talk smack to your mom?
Yeah, usually they're talking smack. They usually gang up against me.
Well, yeah,
someone instigates stuff, but not always, because, you know.
I always go after whoever's winning. And if it's a tie, I go after you.
Unless it's Nessa, and then you let her win.
No, I do not let her win.
Well, you don't let her win, but you don't snipe her cups.
I do too. She's winning.
Well, you do now, maybe. Maybe. You used to let her be. Yeah. Yeah, there's some shenanigans.
All right, moving on.
I love that game. It's so
moving
much fun.
on to my number
so
4.
Much rivalry.
I don't know what it is, but I'm sure it's a great game.
Ooh! I just saw Kabuki. You mentioned some games that oh man.
Operation?
Yeah, no, that's
Perfection?
Yeah, Perfection.
I love Perfection. I had to trick that game up. I got so good at it. I played it so much.
We had the Super Perfection where we had to put the pieces together, then put them in the thing. Oh my gosh.
My number 4 is Clask, and it's going to promote a discussion at the end of our list. It's going to be like, so get ready. It's going to be discussion time at the end. So Clask is a board game-ish. Anyway, it's kind of like the air hockey games at the arcades, but you basically have a little pole-looking thing, and you hold a magnet underneath, and you're moving the magnet around, and you're trying to hit a ball in the opposite person's goal before they hit it in your goal. Or if you mess up and knock your little thing into your scoring place, that counts against you. Or if you look real closely, there's 3 little white magnets on there, and if 2 of those magnets get on your guy, you lose as well. So all sorts of ways to lose, but it's basically a modified air hockey type of game. Some people get really good at this. I've watched like the world champion. They actually have world championships in this game. I've watched the world championships, and the ball is like a blur. It's just, it's crazy. It is. I'm lucky to hit the ball, but man, there's some people that get really good at this game. So
yeah, we look really lame after watching that. You should just go do a search on that later and see how crazy that is.
Yeah, they kind of just barely flick their thing, and the ball's like, like 1,000 miles an hour. I'm like, how did they do that? When I do that, my little piece goes flying across the board.
Amateur. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing.
But it's a fun little game. They sell this one at Target. I think it's only sold at Target. Maybe sold online, but it's a Target game.
I'm not sure.
It's just a really super fun little modified air hockey game. It's become we do a mini tournament of this within our board game tournament every year now. So next year, I think it's going to be a different game. But we'll see. We'll talk about that.
What? Oh, man.
My number 4, Clask. I like the motto of Clask. Get your hands under the table. Try to score, but watch out for the hole. Clask.
Yeah, what was up with that box? What was up with that?
What's your number 4?
Oh,
you already mentioned it. Look how big that box is.
Because it's Super Battle.
Look at this.
Rhino Hero Super Battle.
Look how big that you made that.
That is glorious. Good. Stay behind the box. You're taking my move. So, yeah, Rhino Hero Super Battle. This game. I love this game. I liked Rhino Hero. It was a cute game. But when this game came out, I don't think I'll ever turn down a game of this. It's hysterical. And the towers get ridiculous. And because of the way they built this one, it's much more stabilized. So you can have 3 different towers going on, and they're kind of crossing over into each other. I mean, it's just a tangled mess. And then on top of that, you're trying to be on the top level, and if you're not, or you end up on the same level as somebody, you battle, and the battles are just amazing. And so you've got these fights for the battle, and then if you win, you get to stay, and the other guy goes down. But on the next level, there's someone there too. So guess what happens? You know, and I just this game. I love this game.
Yeah, it's almost the building secondary to the goofy dice battles.
Oh my gosh. Well, yes, that's the best part. I love the tricking up that they've done with that. It's absolutely wonderful.
All right.
I can't say any more about
My
it.
number 3. What is my number 3? It's got to be good if it's my number 3.
Better be.
My number 3 is Way Kick.
It's very cool.
Way Kick. This, I would almost have to say this is the girls' most played board game.
Almost have to say. I can say that with pretty good confidence. Except if you count every single play of Tumbling Dice Nessa did as a toddler, maybe that will compete.
Her little solo games of
Her
Tumbling
solo
Dice.
games of Tumbling Dice. Otherwise, yeah. See, sorry, I'll get to your comment there, Tommy. Yeah. If so,
So anyway, not Tumbling Dice. Way Kick is a kind of the more robust version of Class. So you have the same kind of setup. You have like a little wooden guy and on top, and then he's got a magnet, and you're underneath the table with a little thing, and you're moving the guys around, and you're trying to knock the ball in the other person's goal. So very similar to Class, but bigger and more epic. The ones they have 3 different Way Kicks at BGG Con.
Yeah,
they have
amazing.
the massive 6-player version, which the picture of the girls are playing the 6-player version of the game.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I think they have 8 guys on there.
Yeah, they have 8 guys total.
Yeah, so basically it's an 8-person. I don't know how you're gonna get 8 people, 4
You're
people on each side.
Yeah,
it's designed to be 6 people.
Yeah,
and then right next door you see another group of people, another pair of
they're
people
doing the hockey
playing
one.
the hockey version of the game on the other side.
Yeah, and then there's a soccer ball one that actually has a soccer ball.
Yeah.
There's the hockey one, and what was the
soccer?
They're both soccer. It's just the different sizes. That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
So anyway, Way Kick, it's an awesome game. It's really fun. I'll be right back.
Okay. I'm not sure what he's up to. He must be getting something. That's my guess. So, yeah. Left me hanging there, dude. All right, so Way Kick. What are you doing? Oh, jeez. He is getting it. Ah! We finally did it.
We broke down and got Way Kick.
Yes, we broke it down. This game is amazing to play, guys. Oh, my goodness. Store, a little tricky. It's a little tricky to store. But, oh, my gosh, it is so awesome.
Metal lawn darts, I like that.
Ooh.
But anyway, Way Kick is an awesome game. It's expensive, but that's going to be a family item that we'll have forever, probably. It's really solidly made. It's a lot of fun.
Well, heck, the BGG one has been out for how long? On so many
It's
conventions.
probably been played thousands of times.
And it looks not much more worn, really, than
when you look at
said.
it,
It's amazing.
It's in great shape.
Yeah.
It's been played probably thousands of times.
Yeah, they do an impressive product.
But love it. But again, this one is going to promote my discussion at the end of this. So we're going to have a little discussion time. But what's your number 3?
My number 3 is not going to be on Hunter's Top 10.
Ooh.
It's very thematic, I think. It's a lot of fun. It is Flick 'em Up. I love Flick 'em Up. I love that we talk so much smack, and this town ain't big enough for the both of us, and all the John Wayne quotes, and you name it, we're probably throwing them out there. It's greatness. So, you can set up, the game is set up so you can do scenarios, and you can set up all the little props and stuff, and you're flicking and shooting oh, man. I love it. And I'm actually fairly good at this one, especially compared to you. I'm really good at it. I'm like Annie Oakley and Flick 'em Up. It's greatness. But what's fun is the game is basically, the basic game is you've got the outlaws and the law, and they're having a shootout in the middle of town. And so whoever survives basically is going to be the one who wins. It's last man standing. It's greatness. Care to comment?
No, every time we talk about Flick 'em Up, I just think of the Board Game Blender episode we did where it shows me flicking and the little thing rolls off to the side.
And that summed up how he played every game of Flick 'em Up. It's pretty funny.
This game's cool. It's a great idea. I am so bad at it. It's painful. Mm-hmm. I mean, I am horribly bad at it.
I know. I don't.
We need to try it again when we cycle back through. If we cycle back, if that one gets picked.
Oh, it'll get picked.
We should let me do a full flick and see if that makes a difference. Instead of the cheaty. Basically, you're supposed to flick like this.
You have to flick one finger. And Hunter likes to be this kind of flicker. And that slays him.
I do that.
He
and
cannot.
I do that to my piece, and it goes.
He does the weirdest.
Or I hit it, and it goes like across the.
I don't know what you do.
There's no in between.
So Tommy had a great question. He said, "Is UgTech considered a dexterity game?"
Yes.
Dude!
It's double dexterity.
Oh.
Because you do stacking, which is obviously dexterity, but then you all have the dexterity of smacking someone in the head, too. Because remember, you're doing stacking. It's all stacking, right? No, you can't change your list.
Oh. I can't be tired when I make these lists, man. UgTech is epic. We're having a discussion about this at the end.
All right.
Love that game.
My number 2 is a game that's actually on my list. And it is Rampage, or Terra Meeple City. This one is awesome. It's so much fun. I love this game. It's hilarious.
That's kind of summing up most of these things.
Even when poor little children get smacked in the head.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, so when she was a toddler, walked by while we were playing this game, and when somebody flicked...
A bus hit her right in the head.
I know, she got hit by a bus.
She got smacked in
My
the head
daughter
with a
got
bus.
hit by a bus.
But anyway, the Rampage, you have these buildings that are basically... You have like a layer, like a tile, and you have a set of meeples, and then another tile. It's like a meeple sandwich. And you have these big Godzilla-looking creatures that you're moving around the city, and you can like flick discs at it. You can throw buses. You can knock people down.
You can also do the super breath.
You can do the super breath,
Blow on
which I'm not very good at for some
Which is
reason.
hilarious, but Ness always wants you to do it.
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
And it's just a funny little thing. You're trying to collect. It's got set collection on the meeples. You're trying to knock meeples off the board. If they fall off the board, they run away, and it's like negative points. You can knock down the other monsters and knock their teeth out, or if they knock their teeth out, they can't eat as many meeples when they're fighting.
Yeah, and there's a variant on the game too. You can change how the teeth and all the bonuses and the penalties work. You can have superpowers and things like that. The advanced game is crazy good. I love playing it.
This is a fun game. I think it's really it's a dexterity game. Again, it's the dexterity game with some meat to it.
Yeah,
there's a little meat around it. It's not just stacking things up. So.
You should. I mean, you can play it that way, but you should have a game plan when you go into it to get the victory. If you just go in and watch the city burn, but there's
and
that.
you can get superpowers and things like that as well. You can play a more advanced game that has superpowers and stuff. So really great game, fun. We have the original Rampage, and now it's known as Terra Meeple City. Great game. Great game.
All right. My number 2 is kind of a nostalgia pick. We have fun with it all the time. It's just as fun to play with adults as it is with children.
We
have good family time with it. I've had a lot of fun with friends. And that is Animal Upon Animal. It's ridiculous. You'd think a little kid's game.
We just played this live.
Yeah, we will pull this out and play this. We don't care. We love this game. And it's great to play with anybody. Because that dexterity element kicks it up a notch pretty quickly. No matter who's playing.
If you're only playing adults, you need to have... we had to play almost 2 sets to make it a challenge, but...
Yeah. But we also were... Yeah. But... Again,
a 2-player adult game's not going to work, so you need to use both
You usually
sets.
have to trick... Yeah, you have to trick it up a little bit. But you're playing with multiple people, man. Everybody starts messing with each other, stacking it funny so it's going to fall. Or your kid pulls off some miraculous thing where you're like... They just go doink, and you're looking at that going, I can't...
Defies the laws of physics?
Yes, it's like... Science. You don't know what science is. It's... How did you defy it? Yeah, it's just amazing. I love it. This game is... I don't know. One of those that's chock full of memories. So, good times.
Well, everyone called my number 1, so it's very anticlimactic. What's my number 1, sweetie?
Pitch car?
Yep.
Of course.
My number 1 is Pitch Car! Hold on. How'd that get there?
Wow. IT, you're fired.
There we go. Pitch Car is my number 1. This one game is awesome. This one is head and shoulders above all the other dexterity games. I mean, I'm not super good at Pitch Car. But I love it. I think it's fun. I love building the tracks and making the jumps all tricky and having fun. It's half the fun for me is setting up the track and designing it and trying something different every time. I'm looking forward again to I mentioned earlier on hers, the stunt race. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's got a ramp. Look at this, crazy.
It's got a ramp, guys.
Like a second level. It's craziness.
I can't wait to see how that all works out.
And then I'm gonna buy that loop. That loop looks fun.
That loop looks amazing.
But this is a fun game. It's family friendly. It can play a large number of players. It is expensive. especially if you get more than the base game.
But it's durable as all get out.
It is durable, and it is a table hog. So the more it's, I mean, we use our very large kitchen table, and I still have to not use everything that we own.
Yeah,
but now that we have 2 levels,
I was thinking now it's time to like use the game table.
Yeah,
the whole big game table
that's
now.
probably
I can't wait. It's like challenge accepted. Can we fill the game table?
you have to pull it out a little bit so people can walk all the way around it. But yeah,
totally worth it.
But
totally
Pitch Car is awesome. Really fun game. Highly recommend it.
Good stuff.
So I guess your number 1 has to be Rampage, right?
It is. It is. This game, oh my goodness. It's a story every time. It's like recreating Godzilla or something. And I really like the fact that you can tweak it up. We semi-recently, I mean, compared to like when we started playing with it, started actually going, hey, you know what? Let's try the variants. We've been playing the base game for so long and everything, so we decided to try the variants. And it was a lot of fun. Might be a little much for kiddos, but because, you know, they're not necessarily usually focusing on collecting the sets anyway. They're all about destroying the town and just collecting hordes of
No,
meeples.
I'm all about knocking the other player over.
Yeah, that's true too. A lot of times, especially if we're playing with the kids, like the score is very secondary. It's all about the experience of blowing up the city and each other. But if you want to play it as the game, there's a lot of meat to it. There's a lot of variants that you can do. There's like these superpowers and things you can trick them up, and you get penalized if you lose teeth. And it's awesome. Awesome. So, yes.
So how many crossovers do we have?
A lot. Rampage, Rhino Hero, Coconuts, Pitch Car, Meeple Circus, Tumbling Dice. So 6?
Yeah. Okay. I figured we'd have almost 100%. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
All right, so now it's discussion time. Okay? Here's where we have a discussion. We'll have discussion in the chat. We can have a discussion down in the comments as well.
Ooh.
Here is my question.
Okay.
All right, so I put Clask on my list.
Yeah.
And I put Way Kick on my list.
Yeah, you notice I didn't.
What about Foosball?
Well, that's why I didn't do Clask and Way Kick, because I'm like, okay, are those considered like tabletop? Like, I couldn't. They felt like a different category to me.
What about Air Hockey?
See, that's the same. To me, that's the same. Those are like table games. I don't know what. I don't have a term for it.
And then you stretch it
Maybe you guys can help me with that.
And then you stretch it a little bit further to croquet.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Then it turns into a yard game.
And then you stretch it a little further to the what do you call it? The bean toss, the cornhole, or whatever you call it, the bean toss game. Where do you draw the line? When is it no longer a board game?
See, that's, to me, I feel like Clask and Way Kick and those are already not kind of a board game. I don't know. I felt like they were a border.
What about Animal? You just have a bunch of stuff you're stacking it up.
Yeah,
there's no dice, there's no boards, there's no cards.
Well, it's a game without a board.
It has a die.
Yeah, it's a game without a board.
Then what about Clask? It's a game without a board.
But it's a table. You see what I'm... Yeah. You're just being devil's advocate. Where's your definition?
If it's on Board Game Geek.
Oh my gosh. Make them do the work for you.
And Ryan makes a good point. Pool. What about pool?
Well, yeah, but again, table game.
But then what about... Then how far does it stretch to be like baseball?
That's a freaking sport.
What about croquet?
That's a lame but sport.
Some people call chess a sport.
Yeah, well, you know what? Those people are crazy.
So what do you guys think? Yes. Where do you draw the line on a board game? When is it no longer a board game?
Okay, while you're thinking about that and stewing over that, I just want to address that UgTech is a magnificent game. And we need to own this game. I know it's like crazy out of print. But that game is dexterity, like you said. Dexterity madness. You get to club your partner, not your opponent, your partner over the head, and beat them into doing the right thing in the game. It is the best game ever. We have not laughed that hard in a long time. We were like crying. We were laughing so hard. It was stupidly funny. And you're like, you smack them once for no and 2 for yes. So if they're doing it right, you're all bam bam, like right on the head with this stupid blown up club. It's amazing. And you can only talk in grunts and stupid hand motions, like, you know, and you're having them build this complicated statue or something. It's all, you have like a wedge and a cube and all these different cylinder and all this stuff, and they're painted different colors too, but you have to have them situated a certain way, and there's some are stacked, and this, oh, it's ridiculous. And using grunts and club beatings, you get them into the right shape. It is that would probably, yeah, I mean, if we're counting that, that's so good.
So they brought up some discussion. One, Ryan said that Dexterity Games aren't board games, so that's where he draws the line.
Okay, that's an easy way to do it then. He delineates there. I can totally get behind that.
And Nerfenstein said that it has to have cards, a board, or something like that. What about Zombie Dice? Is Zombie Dice a board game? It only has dice.
It's Dexterity.
No, it's not Dexterity, but is that a board game? Is Zombie Dice?
It's a dice game.
That's dice game are included in board games.
Oh, well, then it's a board game.
Okay.
See, here, I'll do this. We're going to do this. We're going to do like a little Venn diagram. We'll do dice. And then we'll do board. And we'll do zombie dice.
It's not a board. It has no board. It's not that your Venn diagram.
Here. Board game.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Here's my Venn diagram for you guys. Can you see it?
No, I can't see that.
There you go. You can see that. There it is. There it is.
So here's my opinion. I honestly just went with what's on BGG. But if you consider Way Kick and Clask a board game, then foosball, pool, and air hockey is a board game. Because they are just as much a board game as those others are.
Okay, if you don't take... I really like... was Ryan's, right? Ryan's definition. I like that, just keeping it a separate thing itself. But if not, I still stick to my table thing. It's got its own little table. It's a table thing. It's a table game. It's not a dexterity game. It's like a table sport.
A table? So it has to have a separate table?
Well, yeah, like Way Kick or Clask or Pool. All of those have their own table.
What about croquet? It doesn't have a table.
That's a yard game.
So yard games aren't board games?
No.
Where do you draw the line?
I just drew it. Here, I'll draw again. See this? See this here?
There you go. What, is darts a board game?
No.
Is ping pong a board game?
Heck no. It's a table game. See this? This yard right here, I've got trees and grass. That's outside the Venn diagram.
Here, look.
Therefore, it does not fit on the Venn diagram. It is not part of this. What are you doing? What are you drawing on my... Don't mess up my thing. You have people standing in the yard. There's still...
There's us playing a board game in the yard.
That is nonsense. Although we did play King of Tokyo on the trampoline once.
Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah. That doesn't count, though.
Darts, the board's hanging on the wall for darts.
Nope. No. Nope. It's vertical. Don't even try. Don't even try.
So I guess the consensus is I shouldn't have put...
Don't even, Ryan.
I shouldn't have put...
Dartboard.
Clask and Way Kick on my list is what...
Yeah, your list is invalid, too. There you go.
It's on Board Game Geek.
Board Game Geek's invalid. That's right, I said it. They just slapped those in there just to cause trouble. They're the devil's advocate. I'm going to write them a strong letter.
Tom Vassal did a separate list.
Oh, gosh.
Called...
Shenanigans? Oh, wait.
Something like not quite board games or...
Okay, there you go.
Derivative games, or I don't know what he called it, but he did. And, he put like foosball, air hockey.
Yeah, see, foosball's on BGG, invalid.
See? I should have put foosball.
No. BGG has that wrong.
See, I completely missed foosball.
Now, what do they have?
Board Game Cousins is what Tom called them.
Oh, okay.
Board Games Cousins.
That's cute. Okay, they're cousins. Look at that lovely cousin. That dartboard is not a board game. That's a cousin. There you go. Slightly strange second cousin.
Well, there you go, folks. There is our top 10 dexterity games, all full of controversy and craziness.
You heard it first here. And last year.
So I'm going to close up. I'm going to kind of give you a quick channel update. My top 100 of all time is currently going on. I just released 40 to 31 today. So
And it's crazy.
yeah, I was pretty wild on that one. So you should
He
check
had some
that one out.
caffeine or something. I'm
You should
telling
check
you.
that one out. I was a bit nutso. So we're doing those every Tuesday and Thursday. Eventually, we're going to wrap it up with a live show and live after party. Next Tuesday, our regular showtime, we are going to be having our chat and our resolution update.
Ooh, yes.
So you will get an update on what games we've played, if we've added any. Spoiler, we may have added something. And we're going to go over the ones we played. We're going to rank the ones that we played.
Oh, yeah. Oh, correct.
And someone requested, I don't remember who it was, that I give my rating of each of the games.
Oh, rock on.
Because I'm re-rating all my games as I go through, and I'm being much
You are
stricter,
much stricter
with
about it.
my ratings. Because it seems like if I really enjoy a game, but it's not great, I just give it a 7 or 8 and call it good. Now I'm giving things 5s, 6s, 7s, and 8s based on the BGG standard. Like I think the 6 is I wouldn't pass up. Okay, I wouldn't pass up playing it or something like that. So I'm going to be much more strict in my rating. So I'm going through and giving a better spread of ratings. So I don't have this clump of 400 games that are 7s. So there you go.
I like it. I'm adding the dog to the yard.
On that note, we'll see you next time.